cryptids hold a special place in my heart as some of the most fascinating creatures in folklore. Having already explored legends like the Mothman, the Jersey Devil, the Chupacabra, and the Loch Ness Monster, it's time to delve into the realm of North America, a land teeming with hundreds of unique and enigmatic beings. And where better to begin than with the infamous Bigfoot, a creature said to roam the forests of the United States and Canada. Also known as Sasquatch, Bigfoot is commonly described as a large, hairy, ape-like or humanoid creature standing anywhere between 6 to 10 feet tall. The origins of the name Bigfoot can be traced back to a group of loggers working in California in 1958. These men noticed unexplained movement of heavy equipment and materials during their jobs, initially assuming it was a prank. However, one day, Jerry Cruz stumbled upon a set of 16-inch footprints that he believed to be human. As more workers encountered these footprints, they associated them with the mysterious prankster and began referring to the figure as Bigfoot. Eventually, their story, along with a cast of the footprint, made its way into a local newspaper, giving birth to the legend of Bigfoot. Mentions and depictions of creatures resembling Bigfoot can be found throughout history, dating back centuries and originating from various Native American tribes. Native tribes in California, for example, carved images of wild and hairy men, which are now associated with the modern concept of Bigfoot. While alleged sightings often occur in the northwest region of America, reports of Bigfoot span across the entirety of North America, particularly in rocky and densely forested areas like the Great Lakes region. However, many of these claims are explained as hoaxes or cases of mistaken identity, with large bears often being misidentified as Bigfoot. Those who claim to have encountered Bigfoot describe a range of behaviors, including the creature throwing rocks and branches at people, hanging animal bones from trees to mark its territory, and chasing away trespassers. The majority of these sightings take place in darkness, which adds to the challenge of identifying Bigfoot but has also led to the belief that it may be a nocturnal creature. Indigenous tribes have stories that depict these figures as beings to be feared yet respected, emphasizing that they are not inherently malicious or malevolent. This theme of territorial defense emerges consistently in Bigfoot stories, with encounters often involving the creature protecting its domain rather than actively seeking out confrontations. Despite the fervor, the skeptics, and the plethora of alleged sightings, the search for Bigfoot has yielded no concrete evidence thus far. Nevertheless, there is no shortage of people dedicated to continuing this quest, fueled by the hope that one day they might uncover the truth. Moving on to West Virginia, we encounter the enigmatic devil dogs, also known as the white things and sheepsquatch. These creatures are most frequently sighted in the southern counties of West Virginia and have been described as demonic dogs or four-legged yeti or Sasquatch-like beings. They are commonly depicted as bear-sized creatures with white fur, elongated pointed heads, and saber-like teeth. Similar to the Mothman, devil dogs are believed to have originated from the TNT area in Mason County. Those who claim to have been attacked by devil dogs report experiencing the sensation of real fangs and claws tearing into their flesh. However, upon examination, no physical marks, blood, or evidence of the attack are found. The first recorded sighting of the white things occurred in 1973 when a family driving near Point Pleasant encountered a creature with thick, shaggy white hair measuring about 3 feet wide. The creature seemingly floated in the air beside their car, following them for several minutes before vanishing. Sightings of devil dogs have continued over the years, predominantly in wooded areas along the roadside. One notable encounter took place in 2015 when 6 campers spotted a 9-foot-tall creature atop a hill at midnight. Shining their torches in its direction, they revealed the towering creature charging down the hill, with only a small river separating them. After several minutes of stalking around in search of a crossing, the creature eventually plunged into the water and began swimming across. Filled with terror, the group hastily returned to their camp, gathered their belongings, and fled. They shared their encounter with the locals but refrained from reporting it to the authorities out of fear of not being believed. Skeptics may dismiss such accounts as stories conjured by individuals under the influence of hallucinogens, but for those involved, the experience felt all too real. Next, we venture to Maumee Valley in northern Indiana to explore the legend of the Beast of Busco, an enormous snapping turtle. This tale originated in 1898 in the small town of Churubusco, also known as Busco. A farmer named Oscar Thorpe discovered a giant turtle living in a lake on his farm but struggled to convince others of its existence. 50 years later, 2 locals reported encountering a turtle weighing close to 500 pounds while they were fishing in what had become known as Falk Lake. The farm's owner at the time had also witnessed the colossal turtle, and as word spread, sightings became more common. The story gained national attention, attracting curious visitors to the town in hopes of catching a glimpse of the monstrous turtle. In a town with a population of just over 1,000 people, the Beast of Busco made a significant impact. The increasing number of reported sightings captivated the public's imagination and fueled the belief that an enormous turtle lurked beneath the waters of Falk Lake. However, despite the attention and numerous expeditions undertaken to locate the creature, conclusive evidence of the Beast of Busco has remained elusive. The world of cryptids is filled with captivating tales that blend mystery, folklore, and human curiosity. Stories like those of Bigfoot, devil dogs, and the Beast of Busco continue to intrigue and inspire enthusiasts, igniting the desire to uncover the truth behind these legendary creatures. While skeptics abound, and hoaxes may muddy the waters, the allure of encountering something beyond the realm of scientific explanation continues to draw adventurers into the depths of forests, the shadows of the night, and the murky depths of lakes in search of these elusive beings. Perhaps someday, the efforts of these intrepid explorers will yield the evidence needed to bring these cryptids out of the realm of myth and into the annals of zoology. The arrival of curious visitors to the farm caused such a traffic jam that the state police had to intervene. However, those who came to catch a glimpse of the giant turtle were left disappointed and skeptical. They wondered if the owner of the farm, Gail Harris, had orchestrated this as a clever marketing stunt to boost tourism to the town and his property. In an attempt to clear his name, Harris had most of the lake drained, but the turtle named Oscar, after the original farm owner, was nowhere to be found. Despite unsuccessful attempts to locate Oscar, the town still commemorates him every June with a festival held in his memory. While a giant turtle may not be that peculiar, the same cannot be said for the Ohio frogman, also known as the Loveland frog or the Loveland lizard. This cryptid is described as a 4-foot-tall frog that has been sighted throughout Loveland, Ohio. The legend of the Loveland Frogman began in 1955 when a man walking by the road reported encountering 3 frog-like creatures with webbed feet and hands. Initially, this could have been dismissed as a drunken delusion, but similar sightings persisted. In the early hours of the morning, while driving, another individual noticed 3 reptilian beings by the roadside. Initially mistaking them for humans in costumes, he soon realized that they possessed leathery frog-like skin. The encounter took a strange turn when one of the creatures held up what appeared to be a wand, which emitted sparks, prompting the witness to swiftly drive away. While it is possible that the wand was merely a firework held by someone in a costume, one can't help but entertain the notion that this man stumbled upon 3 enormous frog wizards practicing their magic at 3 a.m. by the roadside. Interest in the Loveland Frogman surged again when the local police nearly killed an animal matching its description in 1972. Officer Ray Shockey recounted an incident in which an animal ran across his vehicle. He described a creature crouched like a frog, which then stood up on 2 feet, climbed over the guardrail, and returned to the river. 2 weeks later, Officer Mark Matthews reported a similar encounter with an unidentified creature along the same roadside. Matthews shot and killed the animal with his rifle. Upon examination, it was revealed to be a large iguana with a missing tail, explaining why both officers had difficulty recognizing it initially. Moving on to West Virginia, specifically the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, we encounter the Flatwoods Monster, also known as the Braxton County Monster. Described as standing at 10 feet tall and 4 feet wide, this cryptid possesses a red face, a pointed hood, and a dark metallic body. Its first sighting occurred in 1952 when 3 young boys witnessed a bright object flying across the sky and crashing on a local farmer's land. Intrigued by their account, a woman named Kathleen May, accompanied by 3 local boys, ventured to the farm to investigate. As they reached the hilltop where the boys claimed the object had landed, they were met with a pulsating red light. Illuminating the area with their flashlights, they spotted a tall figure with a round face and a pointed hood. Kathleen described the creature as having small claw-like hands, a pointed hood, and a head resembling the shape of an ace of spades. One of the boys mentioned that its eyes emitted a green light, and it had a dark green body. As the creature began to move, emitting a hissing sound as it glided towards them, the group suddenly encountered a strong, pungent odor and a thick mist that stung their eyes and noses. Filled with fear, they fled the scene before getting a closer look at the creature. When the sheriff and his deputy investigated reports of a crashed aircraft the next morning, they found no evidence of such an incident and no lingering odor. Numerous explanations have been proposed for the events of that night, suggesting that the bright light was likely a meteor, the pulsating red light could have been an aircraft hazard beacon, and the creature with glowing eyes and small claws could have been an owl. However, these explanations have not deterred people from claiming sightings of the Flatwoods Monster and experiencing the associated foul smell. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more videos exploring cryptids from North America, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below.